Gone from my ovaries finally. I wasn't allowed to discuss the birth control implant I have in my arm because I was almost killed for attempting to take birth control pills in 2014. Master just about sliced me on the side of the Sand Creek up at Sap Brothers truck stop. I almost died because I tried to take the pill. That's what your swampy and anti-abortion birth control laws get you, is a cracker rapist who is allowed to forcibly impregnate a disabled woman because he's been targeting disabled women since 1979. This is the law of the land in Colorado. This is the law of the land in Wisconsin, where I fucking left because of the laws of rape and slavery. I left that behind me, and I came here to Colorado where it's even worse. My son and I are still the property of Thomas John Stetzer, self-proclaimed third-generation outlaw biker, even though he has no memorabilia, no insignia, no nothing. He claims to be a biker. He told me the story once about when he went into a pawn shop on Larimer, the one he bought my laptop without a battery from. And he saw this, it was a mongrel coat, you know, with the patches and it was his colors. Thomas saw a dude's colors hanging in the pawn shop. And he's like, wow, he must have sold his old lady first because I never get rid of my colors. He ain't got colors. He's talking outlaw, but he ain't showing nothing except that he's a predator, a rapist, who has to take everything from a disabled woman and her baby, who he forcibly raped into existence. He has to traffic us for 5 years in order to have anything for himself. And then I took all that away from him, and now he has nothing. Poor baby Thomas. Go fuck yourself, Jennifer Torrington. With Jim Crow Jr.'s moldy dick. Go fuck yourself up the ass. You have enforced the laws of slavery and rape on myself and my almost 5-year-old son, who only exists because of the laws of slavery and rape, which you joyfully enforced yet again. Check out my Patreon account. I'm going to post the link to my release to my expose there. I need it to be for patrons only because I need help and support as I continue to fight the Civil War. The laws of slavery and rape are fully enforced in the slave states of Wisconsin and Colorado. And I need the gang's help and love and support so that I can be free, so that my son can be free, so that my cat can be free from the laws of rape and slavery as set by Thomas John Stetzer, self-proclaimed third-generation outlaw biker, the serial predator of disabled women since 7 years before I was born. I was born in December of '86. He's been a predator since he turned 16 in 1979. 15. He told me all these grandiose stories of how he abused and trafficked and exploited and owned this list of disabled women and one emancipated 15-year-old girl. Wasn't allowed to mention any of that. Wasn't allowed to mention how the original Guardium ad litem had discovered that Thomas had a child sex offense, unlawful sexual contact with a minor. My rapist is a chomo, a child molester, okay? The original Guardium ad litem found that. Not allowed to mention it. My owner's allowed to own knives. Not allowed to object to that. My owner smashed my son's wagon and destroyed his game console phone that had my Google account on it and a ton of evidence. Not allowed to discuss that. Not allowed to discuss anything. Not allowed to discuss the 5 years of hell that I documented. Barely allowed to open up a couple of the voice recordings. And it showed that I was angry at Thomas, so it hurt my case. Of course I'm angry at Thomas. He's my rapist. He's my owner. He beats me at night. He won't let me sleep ever. I showed the night terror sweats that stained my mattress compared to the body funk gratification that stained Thomas's side of the bed. I slept curled up in a little bitty ball in the corner of the bed because I was fleeing Thomas's beatings all night and having night terrors and night sweats. Nothing doing. Not important. Not allowed to mention. Not allowed to consider. This culture night thing, asks us what makes us happy. Everything involves Aaron, almost. Seeing Aaron thrive makes me happy. Playing with Aaron and taking him out and about, which I wasn't able to do before Operation Freedom. Are you kidding me? I wasn't allowed to get him a toy before Operation Freedom. Enjoying classic rock with Aaron, not angry death metal. Watching movies with Aaron. Enjoying meals with Aaron. Making progress towards immigrating to Canada from the U.S. makes me very happy. I'm never going to be able to. Well, Jennifer Torrington forces my son and myself to remain as Thomas Stutzer's property. Not allowed to charge him for storage of his discarded property. Not allowed to charge him for the broken wagon. Not allowed to be free. Not allowed to get my son's name changed. Not allowed to end visitations. Not allowed to end contact. Not allowed to keep my baby boy safe. I can't leave the state of Colorado with my son. I can't even take him on vacation. I don't want to take him to freedom in Canada. I can't take him across the state border. We are the property of Thomas John Stetzer, self-proclaimed third-generation outlaw biker. We're the property of Jennifer Torrington, District Court Judge, Denver County, fucking whore. And we're the property of the state of Colorado. Slavery enforcing, rapist enforcing, crackerjack assholes. I hate this shithole, I hate this ghetto, and I'm never gonna be able to get my son and me out of here. So please, if you'd be ever so kind as to help my son and me in any way, go to our Patreon site, go to my jewelry site, go to my Zazzle site. I have my apparel philanthropy rolling if I have time ever to make products. Please patronize the businesses that I'm trying to launch. Please help me gain some measure of independence from my rapist, from my owner, from the guy who held us at knife point for 5 years. Please help us by showing your love and support and by patronizing our businesses in any way you can, even in just a like or a share or a subscribe on my channel or anything, just anything, so that we're not alone. at the mercy of the state of Colorado and at the mercy of my rapist owner, who we're still the property of. This is what our lives are now. This is what our lives have always been. And according to Jennifer Torrington, it's the way it always should be. The only one who gave the slightest bit of a half a shit was the clerk. And thank God that she even told me a way forward. Hopefully, I can go to the juvenile court. And despite Thomas's clearly twice outlined plan to take and abduct and visit and abduct my son at Clayton, his school, his preschool, go to my son's school and take him and disappear. He said it twice in court, just this hearing. He told the judge when he put in his motion to remove Aaron in the school. He's made this abundantly clear that this is what he's going to do. He's going to use my son's school to have a visit and then take him home, to a home that I'm not allowed to know his address. He knows mine. I'm not allowed to know his. My rapist and owner is protected more than I am, and more than my son is. That's what the state of Colorado wants. That's what Judge Jennifer Torrington has designed. Thank God the clerk told me that maybe I can hopefully convince the juvenile courts this morning to hopefully, I need to file a motion to deter abduction. That's what it's called, file a motion determinant of abduction. And I need to file a motion with the juvenile court to end visitation. And I need to file a motion with the juvenile court to change my son's name. The clerk told me to go to the juvenile courts and pray and hope and strive and work. I'll hopefully be able to show them the evidence that Judge Torrington disallowed, repressed. I'll hopefully be able to discuss everything that needs to be discussed to prove beyond any doubt that my son and I are in imminent danger because of Thomas John Stetzer and because of Judge Jennifer Torrington. Please go to my Patreon account, become a patron at any level. I'll put a $1 tier on for Help Me Fight the Civil War. And just please check out the expose that I have on why my son and I need to become Canadian, and the expose I'm about to post on how Jennifer Torrington abused her position as a Denver County District Judge to enforce the laws of rape and slavery upon me because I'm disabled, and to calculate income that I don't have in order to justify no alimony. They calculated that I'll be receiving $350 a month in child support. But my neighbor, who, thank God, escaped to New Mexico, and I hope that she's going to be okay, and I hope that her son's going to be okay, and I hope she was able to leave state. She's able to go away from her abuser. Parental rights can get taken away from an abusive, non-custodial parent. It happens every day. It's what the courts are for. But Jennifer Torrington has used and abused her position to enforce the laws of slavery and rape. And I need your help as the Yang Gang, as Humane Sapien, as Not a Cracker. I need your help so that I can continue to fight the Civil War. It's 2019 and I'm trying to free the slaves. All of us disabled, all of us, who are people of color, My color is titanium. Because after all, my life, can I start the fuck whitey party? Like, can I do that? Like, anyway, but please, I need help to fight the Civil War. Because I obviously can't fight the war myself. I'm not allowed to. The establishment that exists in the states of Wisconsin and Colorado want me to be a slave, want me to work unpaid, want me to belong to my rapist. That's the United States of slavery and rape. I am stuck in the USSR. And I desperately need to get myself and my son away from Thomas John Stetzer and safely away to Canada, where Thomas John Stetzer, as a career felon, can't enter. If my son and I get to escape to Canada lawfully and okey-dokely so we don't get deported, obviously I'm not going to commit an international runaway incident. We need to be able to go home to Canada, where my dad dreamed of going up until the day his second wife shot him. We need to go to Canada. We need to get out of the United States of slavery and rape. Before Thomas John Stetzer, third generation outlaw biker with a knife collection that he's allowed to retain, can actually put forth his constant threats to murder us, to kill me, and to either kill Aaron or take him to be a single dad and collect welfare. While he continues selling weed, while he continues trafficking his prostitutes, which he brought one yesterday to court. He brought his hoe, okay? Thomas Stetzer brought his hoe. Yeah. The third one that I've seen just from court appearances, his hoe, was in court yesterday. This became her business. She was sitting there while everything was disclosed in front of her. Jennifer Torrington was cool with it. So I need your help. Humane Sapien, Yang Gang, anyone who's not a cracker, anyone who's not a rapist, anyone who's not a slave owner, to be in my corner so that I can keep my son and myself safe from my rapist, from our owner, from our captor who held us in isolation and neglected and abused us ritualistically for half a decade. What have you been doing for half a decade of your life? This is what my son and we've been property our entire lives. To one owner after another, starting with my biological momster, Dawn Harold Kirchhoff Sadowski Schmiedel in Tucson, Arizona, who didn't deserve a defective kid, didn't deserve a drunk husband. She willingly married him. Oh, and by the way, she was knocked up when she did. She had a bigger baby bump than I did from my rapist. That's what I come from. From is a 4-letter F word, meaning away. Gone, free, away, from. Go from me, I go from you. I am from Wisconsin. My son and Kat and I will be from Colorado. We will be from the United States. We will be Canadian. We will be free We will be humane sapient. We will be allowed to exist. We will be allowed to put jewelry in vending machines and have apparel philanthropy. Can I go to the immigration office with my apparel philanthropy? Don't put me in a camp. Don't kill my kid. I could go to effing town for the Immigration Bureau on my apparel philanthropy. I happen to be an angry cripple woman. I'm qualified for this one. I've been tinkering with graphic software since 1999. It woke me up out of the morphine haze that the nice doctors put me in when I was 12. Graphics programs got me out of the morphine haze. I got through the phenans and the withdrawals and the blue, 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 green, 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 letter, letter, letter. The morphine withdrawals, I got through that by trying my damnedest to focus on the computer screen and fixing one pixel at a time. Getting Sailor Moon off an acid neon green background, thank you bitmap, and putting her on a background that I designed. And putting it on my Serenity Secret Files website, learning web programming at 13 years old. That's what woke me up out of the morphine haze. And good golly, Miss Molly has the graphics, just, the whole world of graphics has exploded in the 20 years since I woke up from the morphine haze. I can go to Zazzle. And I don't need to, this is old school now, right? Because I can print my own bandanas, my own hope, home, love, joy. I can make my own bandanas. I can make my own, if I get licensing approval, which I heard there's more people at the Info at Yang 2020, and I heard that there's a Yang Prince I'm going to be busy as soon as I can. But today, after I take my son to school late to diversify my habits, to not allow my owner the opportunity to go to school and abduct my son because he knows my day-to-day habits. Okay? This is my rapist, who even I'm protected from. I managed to prove through the repression that my rapist is a danger to myself and my cat. I'm a grown-ass woman who allegedly has a job that I don't have, and the income that I don't have. So I'm never going to get slave money. But I at least will, hopefully, if the Cracker Jack asshole pays, get $350 a month in rape support, which will probably be taken by my TANF and my food stamps and my rent assistance. And, just like my neighbor who escaped to New Mexico was given child support, but she didn't actually get it. The welfare agencies did. That's the law of slavery. The government gets paid for you. If you're on welfare, the government gets paid for you. You don't get paid for your son, for your daughter, for your children. You can't get off welfare. You're stuck to welfare. And the cracker, if he pays, is paying the welfare agency. That's how it works here, in the slave state of Colorado. So, I'm praying and hoping, and I'm begging that anyone can be humane enough to support the businesses that I'm trying to start, because this is why I'm trying to start them. Because humans want me to be their property. Humans want me to be their slave. I was repping Yang in that courtroom. I might have been part of it too. Trump supporter, don't like no Yang. That's what life is. for the disabled, for the LGBTQ community, and for people of color. I fit into all three categories. I've been fighting disabilities since I was born defective. My color is... I'm not white. I hate white people. Well, the mentality of that. My race is titanium, right? I'm titanium. Titanium is not seen on the human color spectrum. Okie dokie. So, you who talk about prejudice, but you have a family who loves you? Don't human-splain nothing. Because this is what my family is. A murderer, a rapist, and an inbreeding uncle who married his second cousin and beats the shit out of her. That's what my family is. The decent people who were in my family growing up passed away in the late 90s. My dad was shot in 99. My Nana died within a year of that. And Big Papa died right after 9/11. He didn't understand what the heck was going on, what we were in an uproar for. Because he had strokes. He didn't get it anymore. My great-grandfather, who on a third-grade education could calculate where he's going to pick up the car and turn it and pivot it on its back wheels and set it down gently on his own power at the age of 85? My great-grandfather, to teach me how to change tires when I was like 6. He picked up the front of his Pontiac 6000, like the G6, it's a 6000, it's, $6 grand G6, yeah. Picked up his Pontiac 6000, pivoted it on its back wheels, turned it gently, set it gently on the exactly calculated location of the jack stands. This is my 85-year-old great-grandfather on a third-grade education. That's your Wisconsin farm boy. Oh, they don't make them like that anymore. Harold Woodall broke the mold. They don't make them like him anymore. He's been gone since early 2002. He was the last human being on this planet, except my friend Aaron Armada. Love you, girl. Big Papa was the last human being on this planet to give a shit if I lived or died. Until I met Aaron Armada. I miss him so much. He'd tape my foot together. He told me about Andrew Yang. He told me about CBDs. He saved me 3 times. You and my son are the only family I got left. And I got a couple really nice presents I'm going to have to send you in January. But, nice little phone pouch, couple of, I'll get it to you when I can. Okay? You and my son are the only family I got since 2002. February 2002. I buried great-grandpa. He's the last one who about me, except for you and my boy. Thank God for you and my son. You're the only reasons I'm not dead. So why the hell should I continue waking up to a life of rape and slavery where that's the law of the land? Why the hell? I keep dealing with this shit. Aaron Armada, you and my son are the only ones that make it worth it. I need help. I need more than 2 people in this whole world to care if my son and I live or die. So please, go to my Patreon account, go to my shops, like and subscribe to my channel,
hit the thumbie on my videos. Please, in any way you can help us escape the laws of rape and slavery. I so desperately need your help right now, because I obviously can't do this on my own. Thank you for bearing with me, all. God bless you.